think I found the hack of getting your life to where you want it to be at. Instead of, so this year, let me go back. Usually, me and my girl, the last day of the year, New Year's Eve, we get a notebook and we write down everything that we want to do for the year. And what I decided to do this year was not do that. Because I do look back in that book, and most of the time, I do accomplish that set task list of things to do. But after I do that, it's like, what's next? Like, you get what I mean? Instead of doing that this year, I decided to basically create a mood board on Pinterest of how I want my life to look like. Before we drop a collection or we collaborate with another brand, there's always a deck involved that has a mood board of like, what feelings are we trying to convey? What are we trying to come across? What message are we trying to speak? And when we do that, we gather all these images and we put them all into this deck, and we're able to like look at it and visually recreate and do the things that we want to do based upon that deck. And 9 times out of 10, we hit it right on the head. So this year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that with my life. Like, instead of doing it for like a small collection or a one-time thing, it's like I want to move board my life. I'm constantly on Pinterest and I'm constantly trying to like build on the things, and I'm pinning things. I'm grabbing the inspiration from other brands or things that are outside or dope stuff or like lifestyle stuff, furniture. It's so many different like cool things in the world that I decided to just make that into the way I like go about my year. Sometimes we be in like, and I know this is still a consuming type of mindset because you're consuming so many different images and stuff like that, but it's not the same as like doom scrolling and being on TikTok, being on IG, and then you're comparing yourself to other creators or you're comparing yourself to other people like that. Most of these images sometimes come from movies. Some of these images come from just like dope cars and just things like that. It's just like I'm trying to change my diet on the way I consume, and instead of it just being, I don't know, like, satire or stuff that's funny, it's like I'm just taking it real serious now about me getting to the next level in my life. So I'm not like complaining, thank you God for everything that I have. It's more like I want to see what the next level looks like. And sometimes we don't know what that next level looks like unless we see it. And sometimes seeing is believing. Like, let's say this year I want to travel more. And it's like, okay, what does that mean for me? Do I still want to travel domestically? Do I want to travel internationally? There's so many cool places in the world that you can go, yes, you can go type it in and go see a reel, or you might see a reel come across your page, but I don't know, it's just, I'm starting to feel like Pinterest is more right now for me. And the era that I'm living in right now, I'm trying to become more creative and challenge myself. And I spend a lot of my hours and watch time on my phone on YouTube. So it's like, okay, if I want to be a good content creator, there's a couple different things I got to do. I have to have good content, which I feel like I have to be inspired by something, or I have to like figure out what I'm inspired by to create the content. And then 2, you have to get over the fear of being cringe. Like, I was watching one creator and she literally drew a mountain and she called it Cringe Mountain. And she was like, on this side, there's all the people that don't believe in you, the naysayers, the people that just think that you look crazy. And then on this side is everything that you ever dreamed of. But to get there, you got to go over this mountain. And the way I looked at it, it like blew my mind, like when she said that, because it's kind of like that just goes to show you that everything that you want is on the other side of fear. So it's just like you got to just get over that, and then you should just tap in and be more focused in and have tunnel vision on what you want to do. Like, you get what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be always thinking about what somebody's thinking about you or what this other person is doing or what this other creator is doing. It's about what you're doing. So I feel like the only way to do that is to turn the screen time down a little bit and just focus in on like what you want to focus in on. I have a bunch of stuff pinned, and I'm super excited to see right now how my list of pins just grow throughout the year, and how the vision and the way that I carry myself and the way that I look, the way that I attack projects, my outlook on different things. I can't wait to see how that grows by trying to do things this way. Yes, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a New Year's resolution, but I feel like with a small list of things, it's very easy for you to knock those things out subconsciously and still not at the end of the year feel fulfilled, because you're rolling into the next year with more problems or more things, more tasks at hand. instead of just not thinking about like yourself as you're a project. You're not a project. You're not something that needs to be improved constantly. I don't know. You're just gonna make mistakes. Sometimes you're gonna have like shortcomings. So I feel like if you just changed and showed yourself how you want your life to look, then I feel like you can attack it like that. And I think that's a better way of attacking it. I don't know, man. But if you feel the way I feel, like I said, my name is Jay. Like, comment, subscribe, send this to somebody. But I'm telling you right now, Pinterest is going to be the one. Pinterest is the one. Pinterest is where you want to be this year, instead of consuming so much helpless content that's not going to help you get to where you're trying to get to.